So when you have a long development process, you do find that a lots of stuff comes in the game and then goes out. We tried just about everything from 3 different cover systems, which we finally just removed because we thought that they were all slowing the game down. We tried, all-wheel drive cars, front-wheel drive, back-wheel drive, realistic physics, arcade physics. I mean, we tried different enemy types, different weapons, different quick use items. It's actually been quite a fun experience, and one of the great things about it is, we take the time to make the best game we can, and really, it's a great process. We are now in a position with Rage to give journalists and people who attend QuakeCon a chance to really play the game. Rage is a big game. It's not a short game, and up to this point, most people have just seen some screenshots, some gameplay trailer. They're not really sure exactly what the scope of the game is like. But now, we've had people play for 2-3 hours, and they've said this game is great. I've always believed you play Rage for 2 hours, we got you sold. So a lot of people say, Rage is like this game or that game, or it has this kind of feeling and stuff. And, on the surface, I can see where people think that. But once people actually play it, all that is out the window. I mean, it is a true first-person action adventure made by id Software. When you have the shotgun in your hand and you're blasting away at those bandits, you know that you are in an id Software game. And that is the spirit of Rage. Get it! So in Rage, what our plan was is every time you went to a new area, a new environment, we gave you something new to play with. Whether it's a new weapon, a new ammo type, a new engineering item, and we wanted to make all those fun. For me, my favorite weapon in Rage is the wing stick. It's an offhand weapon. It can chop the heads off of weaker opponents, and it comes back to you, and so you can keep reusing it. We also wanted all our ammo types in the different weapons to feel powerful. The pop rockets for the shotguns, they're my favorite. They're like shotguns and grenades. And then, of course, with the mind control snares on the crossbow. You shoot some guy, you take over his body, you hit a button, he blows up. How cool is that? And that is what we wanted to do with all of these weapons and ammo types and engineering items in Rage. So when you start Rage, you emerge from your arc and you have no idea what you're doing. And that was by design. This is a big game. We didn't want to give you all the story and then you do all the shooting. We want you to experience the world. We want you to learn about the story as you play. So at first, you have really straightforward, simple jobs. Kill these guys, find this, return it here. But as you progress through the game, you eventually, enter a much larger town called Wellspring, and then Subway Town, and then there you can do lots of things like posted missions. You can explore the sewers. You can do the whole racing circuit, which is actually really, really cool. And then maybe about halfway through the game or so, the Resistance finally discovers that you're a man of importance, and at that point you discover why you are important. You have something that is unique about you that nobody else has, and you become the key to fighting the authority. And what's really neat about Rage is at first you start playing the game, you're like, oh yeah, this is a shooter game that's a lot of fun. But then you discover that it has a very complex story. As you move across the wasteland, we want that experience to be very exciting and very rewarding. So what we've done is we've populated the wasteland with these active bandits, and they have their home territory that you'll have to cross through, and you can engage them. And the great thing about Rage is we have these dynamic jobs where when you enter like the Scorcher territory, you have to destroy like 5 Scorcher vehicles to win money. And what's neat about Rage is you can blow through that if you're in a hurry to get someplace. If you want to stay engaged that combat, you'll earn money for that. And we really reward people for kicking ass in the wasteland. Now, as you progress through the game, we give you some pretty cool vehicles to do that ass kicking. And my favorite vehicle is the Monarch. So far, we've shown people the ATV and the buggy. But later on in the game, you get the Monarch, and it is a big, heavy, almost tank-like car that you can just destroy bandits with. So it's definitely fun. It definitely has a kind of a progressive system where you get bigger and cooler vehicles as you play through the game. In Rage, we have a unique multiplayer offering. It is not the cookie cutter formula that everyone else is doing these days. We have 2 multiplayer modes that are very exciting. The first mode revolves around the cool vehicle combat style of the game. We call that Combat Rally. So you can get different cars, you can get different weapons. The more you play, the tougher you become. So besides the Combat Rally, we have Legends of the Wasteland, and this is a co-op offering where you and your buddy can play through these single-player missions that are different from single-player, but they kind of extend the fiction. So we're wrapping up Rage. It'll be available October 4th on all the platforms, PC, 360, and PS3.
Motherfucker!